The enema and suppositories didn't go so well. I'd never stuck anything up my ass before, and didn't realize how much sphincter control one needs to properly insert a foreign object. My first attempt to put in a suppository failed miserably. Like a proud warrior, my sphincter selflessly guarded my rectum, allowing nothing to enter. I moved on to the enema and experienced similar defeat, as I was again subdued by my sphincter, that sturdy guardian of my rectum. I spent the last 3 days of my trip bedridden, praying that I wouldn't have to fart or take another shit for the rest of my life, as the irritation and pain I was experiencing was completely unbearable. Stop there.
Video portraits of American trendsetters. 10 cities across the country, 5 episodes in each city. This week, poop, a perpetually itchy anus, and speed dating at Nerd Night.
This policy of fecal denial is really deeply embedded in our culture, and it goes so far as to our language. So you would say like, oh, I gotta take a crap, because you want them to know that it's a crap, as opposed to like, oh, I gotta do a job. And you begin to realize how very socially specific these terms are.
A friend of mine, a real scientist, was studying science in Africa, and a bunch of Southie bartenders in Boston made him talk about it at a bar. He kept badgering me over and over again, saying, you gotta do this to New York, you gotta bring this to New York. And so finally I gave it a shot, opened it up to some disciplines beyond science. And so thus Nerd Night was born. 7 years later, Nerd Night's in like 60 cities worldwide now. There are a couple of key elements of Nerd Night. One is a funny yet interesting presentation, and the second key element is drinking.
Can I just get another one? I need another one right quick.
Think about this. Why are we advertising toilets with knitting grandmas and cuddly bears and puppies? But can you imagine even something similar to that, as in this toilet product? Should be gone.
The topic for tonight is November Nerd Night Butt Night. So we've got 3 presentations all about our favorite roundest part of the body.
Here's another thread called What About the Anus? The butt is really where to look if you want to find the best level taxidermist, because unlike all the commercial...
I very, very rarely give presentations. I just sort of host and MC and curate Nerd Night, but I am actually going to be reading from my book. I have this weird condition called pruritus ani, which is a chronic itchy butt.
This is one of my favorites. Got 2 nice beeves here.
The people who come to Nerd Night actually really do represent a very big cross-section of New York and really of the world. We've got Wall Street people, we've got doctors, we've got people who are full-time performers in bands, we've got harpists, you've got ballet dancers, and so it's really a nice kind of way for people who really are experts in their fields to kind of mix and mingle. One thing that we've been doing recently in terms of like a warm-up activity is speed dating here.
All right, everyone, it is go time. Your speed dates will be 3 minutes long. Then what I will do is email you.
I just need to check in.
Sometime tomorrow afternoon. On your mark, get set, speed date.
1, 2, 3.
Yeah, I used to be a figure skater, so...
Wait, that means you can do like backflips and like 720s and shit?
I think that's a skateboarding term, actually.
But you twirl a lot. You twirl around a lot.
I can spin around.
Are you just an actor, or are you really doing this? Like, is your
I'm
name
doing this.
Oh,
You know, if you're interested, send me an email. You saw me walking down the street. What would you think?
Indie, maybe a little hipster, although I hesitate to use that word.
We went foraging. I ate some spruce tips. You ever had a spruce tip before?
I can't say I have.
They're delicious. One of my favorite fabrics is spandex. But then when you start wearing the glasses, you realize how annoying they are, because they're on your face all day.
My family's from Vietnam.
And your last name isn't Nguyen.
No.
Paavo Steinkamp. That's me.
That's the coolest name ever.
That's the first time I've heard that. Thank you very much for the compliment.
But you're talking to someone whose name is Sarah, we're like...
I like Sarah. I don't know where I put my drink. Someone took it. Oh my God. Oh my God.
All right, we're gonna take like a really, really quick break, and then I'm gonna be up next. So grab another drink. Actually, I need to make me a gin and tonic. I'll be back there in a second, please. A few people asked me how I could dare divulge these obviously gross, highly personal stories. I told them I simply found my situation rather fascinating. I'd never heard of nor experienced anything even remotely related to what I was going through, and felt that openly discussing my absurd malady was quite therapeutic. My truthful explanation garnered sympathy and a few awkward laughs, and then shortly thereafter, everyone moved on to something else at hand. It's amazing how a problem no longer becomes a problem once it's openly admitted or discussed.
The enema and suppositories didn't go so well. I'd never stuck anything up my ass before and didn't realize how much sphincter control one needs to properly insert a foreign object. I spent 3 days lying on my stomach, ass up, praying that I wouldn't have to fart or take another shit for the rest of my life, as the irritation and pain I was experiencing was completely unbearable. Slowly, over many weeks, it finally subsided, but my pruritus anus never completely went away. And apparently I'm one of those people who'll never be able to kick this thing in the ass. Any questions for me? Wait, question.
Do you have it right now?
Question is, do I have it right now? Yes. It's been like 16 years now, so I learned to tolerate it as well as I can. Thanks, everyone.
In some weird way, Nite has become a pretty big part of my identity. In most people's professions, you're pretty siloed, kind of generally doing the same thing every day, and what Nite does for me is it allows me to learn about poop and learn about animal sex and learn about copyright law. I mean, I'm sincerely just so appreciative that people still find a lot of value in this, and they think not only are they learning something, but they're still having a good time.
Next time on American Hipster Presents, emerging artists at a Brooklyn institution with Jake and Rami at Glasslands.
Assholes, sphincters, bodily functions, and speed dating. I've emailed a couple women, but they haven't emailed me back. I don't know why. I mean, look at me. Leave a comment below. Click on the links for more. Nerd Night, gurgly gurgly goo.